Hello, Pulsers. Welcome back to the Pulse Point podcast, where real conversations meet real change, where purpose meets creativity. Today, we delve into culture, purpose, and the people bringing about change. On today's episode, we throw the spotlight on a young entrepreneur who is not just talking about dreams, but he's living the dream, or he's walking the dream. This episode, we speak to a young entrepreneur who is creating a niche for himself in the footwear branding world. Before we get to it, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, put your comments in the comment section. The guest I speak of, you all know him. He's by name Peter. I'll let him mention his full name. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I've been trying to get you on this podcast for quite some time, and today, thank God, we've gotten you here on the podcast. I will let you introduce yourself, your full name. I know you, but your full name, I think I may not pronounce it very well, so I'll leave it to you.
Okay. So, sorry, I am Peter Kwekuanori, and I'm the founder of Footwear. Footwear is a social enterprise that we use waste materials in the manufacturing of footwear. It's in a way of protecting our environment and also creating job opportunities for the youth within Ghana, specifically in Takrady. So I think briefly this is a little introduction about me. As the conversation keeps on going, maybe I would say more things about me.
Okay, so my first question would be, what's motivated the coming of Koluku Footwear?
Okay, so what really motivated us to bring about Koliko Footwear is actually I'm a banker by profession.
Okay.
So I studied banking and finance at the university, and right after university I had the opportunity to also do my national service with the bank. That's Emmanuel Bank in Westa, Ekropon.
Okay.
And so I worked with them for about 3 years. So I came back to Takrady and I chanced on an old schoolmate who was also into footwear making. So I was like, okay, why don't we collaborate and see what we can do to sustain or support the youth to be gainfully or skillfully employed in Takrady. So that is what motivated me to enter into the footwear business.
From what you said you graduate of banking and finance, right?
Yeah.
It looks like a switch, but hold on, we'll go back to that.
Okay.
So why the name Koliko? I'm curious.
Okay, so actually when we started, we wanted, one thing about branding is anytime I stand anywhere to talk about branding should be something that is catchy. It should be something that people can easily relate with.
Okay.
And the school I attended, so Koliko, those of us from Western region knows a little bit about Koliko. Anytime you mention Koliko, what comes in people's mind is St. John's School.
I was about to ask.
That is the high school I attended. So I went to St. John's High School. And Koliko, we had a statue called Koliko, Saint Koliko. So Saint Koliko actually is a self-acclaimed saint in our school that anytime we go for intercolleges and things are not going on well, we begin to chant Saint Koliko. And before we realize, things stand in our favor. So I
hope it is not spiritual.
It's not spiritual, but it's not spiritual, but it was there. Maybe it's a myth. I wouldn't call it spiritual. It's a myth.
Okay, so, let's bring it down to our level, the local dialect. One or motivate you another one or influence you to venture into that. And now one then you met your friend and he told you this is what I am doing, and he said, okay, let's collaborate to do this.
So, as I shaman corner now or pushing me into this business actually is I'm not a shoemaker. By profession, I'm not a shoemaker. I'm a
banking and finance, and then
in Penbebrene, Takrady youths. Most of it, I wouldn't use the word a stereotype, but most of Takrady youths, we want to work, but we are not getting the opportunity to work.
Okay.
So I was thinking of what can I also do to help the community. Wow. Because the bank that I'm there, even though I'm serving people, I'm not serving that masses. But I was thinking of what can I do myself, or what can I bring youth, or what can I bring other people together so that we can create a problem, we can create a solution for people to also benefit from us. So I don't know, or motivating my maybe yes, starting Koliko. Sorry, forgive me, my fancy is not that good. Although I'm a fancy, but it's not that good. Yeah, it's if no was actually
say Fantini dia mesrede but more than I want to me ya Fantini dia ode to meka Fantino because brofo ne dey on ye bebusun ya la menya Fantini but make a Fantini me Ashanti but here na wo na me bibia o hanti
yeah they try on the language mostly me to me express who here as an entrepreneur. I believe in expressing myself very well.
Okay.
See only na mutu me this express me who here. But all the same, we will try and infiltrate the fancy language to it so that the presentation will be more.
Okay, from military research, I'm here, a KBB another menu didn't come some time back. My KBB there. The products you sell no are out of waste products, and it got me curious. Out of waste products, then me pede be chirechirem kakra breaking it down kakra.
Okay, nti Koliko ti da ma make me introduction me kada oye social enterprise. Yes, inyoma mpofun here. That is entire na other things today car tie. Obi ne car tie okodo otugo.
Okay.
Mpofun shedampe. On the year 10
turn it into
bro, you know where the way you say they upcycle or they recycle.
Wow.
Year 10 na die for one. So
wow.
me earlier submission me can be about entrepreneur. Entrepreneur bia ye obi a ohu problem no or try all the solution or try find solution for the problem. It's problem I you in there. You know the waste management here very challenging where any community.
Sure.
And even the whole world they can't even manage waste, textile waste, because eco research, eco EPA, that's Environmental Protection Against One Research, and they've said a whole lot of things about textile waste, which most of us we don't even know the threats they poses to us. And see, as an entrepreneur, no, you're doing okay. Although shoemaking, why don't we move away from traditional shoemaking? Like a traditional shoemaking, yeah. Mayena Kofu use leather than other rubbers to make the shoes. But we wanted to be unique. We wanted to be more innovative. It's more innovation, and core waste side, It's year 10 waste. Now there is something useful. At the end, customers will know budget, and also we will protect the environment.
I'm speechless. Okay, so who first shoe as Koliko footwear, who first prototype or abam them.
Okay, yeah, first prototype no.
So you bring a picture na betim down my na I should
me try me nimo, but I will try. I think archives it should be there. But first one Koliko long desert. No, you didn't have different signature, Koliko signature.
Okay.
Signature long desert glitter. Only first shoe.
Ma ne so no
or
okay.
It's neither as a sample better that
sure. You put sample. Now you subsequent ones are so now say bia you not here for so preferred bia. Yeah, so please put your comments in the comment section. We'll link you up with Koliko footwear so you get yours. I'm wearing mine already. Okay, so concerning Koliko footwear, as a share where could be, he's into it already, and then emerge and I was starting business. You have a lot of workers. Or factory where okay, so. Maybe the my question I'm very busy and this year no. Kofu bebre once so year the main be. I think before we came on camera, me can ask them there. Me who the other people be so once so the one so why mpaboa the main be. What motivated this brand as is our kese our friend Koliko footwear wa ta serious na.
Okay. Question okay, Bronika Adibi your a friend no and as business be our new unique selling point. It's unique selling point now. What makes what you are doing different? Abas normal, adere no oye strong.
Yeah.
All on the were traditional shoemakers and traditional way of making shoes. But in a pedi creating a chepedi fit that traditional
to make you unique.
Yeah, outshine and outstanding. Yeah, strong. Into my and there, there's the waste materials. Na so even although our competitors, they are also doing well, but we were thinking about the sustainability aspect of shoemaking, which when we started, most people were not doing it. And even in Takrady, in Ghana or in West Africa, per my research, we are less than 4 people. Wow. I know of So Rebel in Kenya, in Africa, So Rebel, Koliko. So anytime you Google about
I think we spoke about him some time back.
We wear sustainable shoes. You see So Rebel in it, you see Koliko. We wouldn't be more than, if I'm not, I don't want to assume, but we wouldn't be more than 10 in the whole Africa.
Wow.
Yes. And we are happy to be part of the pacesetters.
Good. So how do you get your materials? How do you source your material? If say it is out of waste materials, then in your materials, and is it be a contract in Kofubina walk around na waste materials, and you have, like, I don't know if you have an arrangement with maybe Zoom Lion or
nti yane nhyehyɛ there yan aza koliko ye baby and ye dream other people in pen bebre I read more about Grameen microfinance. They did a study on empowering market women. Now ye there dream why you there yani market women bebre na women, you know, according to research, women, when you are able to resource woman in the family now, I'm a family no to on your men. According to research. Yeah. And in pen baby no you're doing you there. You need mommy no and I am myself no was azugwa. And you got was in there. What of them use clothing in pen baby a friend of force.
Yeah.
Force na eto or she bill what can the bill?
Yeah.
And you as all.
Yeah. Nine that
what of friends about
but down
yeah, mommy, no, so baby, no, one jet train, and one capital we use no alone.
Okay.
If I pay the research, we be bill no that almost 40%
oko waste.
Inti, extra, ejuma way and fasori one and fasori about. And what is the plan? What are we doing to help? So what we do is fine. We contract these market women.
Wow.
To empower them. To empowering here, why
a waste?
Fabra Koliko. Na offset to na most kakaka.
You pay
still in the first wage money. The wage money too.
You pay for the
so we pay for the waste. And in a way we are happy because we are helping these market women. We are empowering these market women to stay in business.
As American or Tomodo.
So the concept it's not all about us.
Like it's more like a win-win for everybody.
It's a win-win for everybody. That's what we believe in.
Wow.
And that's what we are doing.
What are some of the challenges? Maybe challenges being maybe struggles be maybe maybe when to produce shoes, and be anything that caused or brought you challenges.
I think in Ghana or in Africa with entrepreneurship challenge, although also to the meeting about financial constraints, but on mostly I don't talk about it, but technological or machinery. And the ejumebia say I can say the ejumebia a starter or na kezi.
Sure.
And in Penberry in Africa and Ghana and young power. So even buying this shoe machinery, is very expensive.
Yeah.
Because we carry a machine I get to it. It's very, I don't want to mention the amount. It's very expensive. It's 20 feet up container. It's you clearing it from port to ground or a gateway. And you say I'm there. Obiaba na wa starts. A bit too many even to clear goods from the port. You wouldn't. So one, this is a
do you remember I asked you behind camera that are you doing all this by yourself?
Yeah. Yes, but I have partners. So partnership, like a partnership now, it entails a lot.
Yeah, I get that.
I think the more you ask questions, the more I would expatiate, and you will know.
Oh, when it comes to your partners, I know there are partners, but I don't want to delve into partnership, with whoever. But made any year, how, as a young person, you are not in the shoe production, you are a banker by profession, and you decided to
I wasn't into, but now I've been in the business for 7 years.
You said you are a banker. You said you are a banker.
Yeah.
And you decided to go into shoe business.
Yeah. I decided to start a business, but
okay,
I
start
found
a business,
myself
but you are still a banker.
Yeah. No. I'm not a banker. But I'm a banker by profession. So profession is profession.
Please don't forget to subscribe to enjoy more of this. It's getting exciting. Okay, Koliko footwear. So what are some of the financial challenges you went through as an individual and Koliko at large?
Okay, so some of the challenges I would make it general, like as an entrepreneur, that if you are going to enter into any business in Africa or in Ghana now, you are likely to face this challenge. So one challenge we can talk about one challenge I faced was the financial challenges. So financial challenges, a bit there, you would need money to buy raw materials.
Yeah.
And by now start.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't get any that huge capital. Now you wouldn't get more people to fall in love with your dream, to invest in your dream. Yeah. So there a start in Kakankra.
Okay.
So financial challenge in year one. The other challenge too I can talk about is machinery and a technological challenge.
Yeah.
Some American Ghana had in a shutdown young pabwa. See, even machines are able to as I open one are readily available. So mostly no chide to were outside the country.
Know what they are about.
And everybody knows well in import duties and other taxes. Unintention. Registering your business in Ghana, getting the license. Yes, getting the license and all these things, are a challenge because most of the time you are a greenhorn.
Yeah.
Although the are a challenge, but because the yengi suyanhun, yengi suyanhun woman, boa okay, edwuma me best start in fana makona wa am license. Even other license that make here I'm starter operational and then the organizational institution, nobody would come and worry me. So all these are challenges are mostly yeni. Me starting then I didn't even know that I start shoemaking. Now you are supposed to get licensing from STMA.
Okay.
So I was there. No, I mean I wasn't even around. So my staff, they called me that they have locked the place. These are challenges. I didn't know. This podcast and this interview are very important.
Very important.
Other startups not worry about it. They can learn from the mistakes or the challenges I made, so that when they come in now, they wouldn't go through the same challenges.
Okay, can you give us more like the in phases what you have to do to also start up a business?
So let me
as a young entrepreneur.
So as a young entrepreneur, sure. Okay, my young friend there starts food business. Yeah. Food business, that I was there registered with Ghana Registry. Ghana Registry.
The register company name,
Well, register company name.
Yeah.
If was there any license from FDA?
Yeah.
It's very key.
Yeah.
And he said, I start to production from the I start so below business. Now FDA one more certified now. They can close your business down. One of capital now.
Wash.
I was there, baby, I want also. And the Ghana or either district or metropolitan.
Yeah.
I was there for the permits and a license, but mostly it's permits to operate your business so that they don't come and close. So these are the three that I can see. A general one, but a jumebia one in Shisha, you're from there to the middle day, EPA. You have to go to EPA because you are dealing with waste.
Yes.
And even waste now, if you're there, it can be a threat to all staff. So EPA, they are supposed to certify what you are doing. Until I say, the general layer matter. Until as you delve into it now, you now being a startup, you are supposed to do your own research and see the license or the permits you would need, so that when you start your business, no governmental agency would come and close your business.
Sure. Yeah. Let's look at market no. I gonna make you know meeting mind that did you ever think about the idea me and na one year? Do you think about failure?
Okay.
Or another be a feed entrepreneur to feed Munsuro Bibia.
I'm messing it.
Let's do this.
And your BBA or two is either you succeed or you fail. And or depend how it will become better. But me, my own, what kept me going was I saw I'm a risk taker in general, and I'm a risk taker.
Okay.
Maybe I don't want to mention the brand of car I drive, but I drive a fast car.
Okay.
See, I like to race.
Okay.
See, me shut down. I knew the failures would come.
Okay.
But me being an entrepreneur, me being a founder, no, I always think about, okay, fine, if this still happen, what will be my next move? So that's the question always you have to ask yourself as an individual. Risk in the back.
Okay.
But to insulate or cushion yourself or come out from that failure that you are talking about.
That's a nice question.
So I mean,
what will be your next move? Well, so is it that a year she should be told, okay, then again, what will be your next move? Okay, and she said 1 year, may a day, another I'll try again or I'll use this method. Aba a year she should be told another a year okay, what will be my next move? Let it come. How bad?
It should be and basically a simple make quite best. It's consistency.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I started, I failed, I still wanted to do it. So I was consistent. And then the more you practice, the more you become perfect.
Yes.
Obian, if I tell you how Nike started, I like reading about what I do.
Okay.
If I tell you how Nike started now, it was so funny. They tried and tried and tried. Their shoes were always falling apart before they got to where they are. And see, I believe that as a startup or as an entrepreneur, you're supposed to be what consistent. Mary a year now 1 year on China, in pen baby, other men who are young youth. I don't want to limit it to Takrady alone, to Africa youth, because I've been traveling around.
Okay.
With this entrepreneurship thing. I speak to entrepreneurs, I train, I groom entrepreneurs. So I know. Yeah, problem kakaya 1 year. Yeah, start no one koya ni AJ. Yeah, friend the one say kaka de oh. Padam me boy this Indomie joint or this food joint.
Yeah.
A year no nkofun bottle. No way AJ. No I start barbering salon. Same there consistency ni wo. So no matter what, you always be faced with what new challenges that you can't solve. But yeah, friend, if you are consistent and you know, okay, this is food business and pay me operate. Me no one koye. You know why I'm koye. Me baby I know you have to reflect on what you do.
Sure.
And say when I'm saying that go at the man day a year food business one koye. Okay, fine. Then let me go in again. Right now, say who failures. Okay. So a day come where day come out. On Obama is successful. So you don't abandon one dream, go and chase another dream. On a bed jack of all trade, you touch it, you didn't achieve it.
Yeah. Don't you think that Obi Beke de Ebia Nisco Wunya or Akushim 1 year? Let me withdraw back. Let me look at other things.
So other things, one thing about business is when you start business now, there are so many types of funds or finances that you are supposed to think about. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we have time, so I'll talk about it. We have grants, we have loans, we have personal savings.
Sure.
So as they're edging all these financial avenues, the one that extra then you fall into it. Can be said that how was I able to even buy this machine? I fell on grants. So World Bank sponsored me. It's a grant.
Wow.
So these are avenues as a startup you are supposed to channel your energies on. When I started there were more avenues. We have people, we have like equity financing and all these things. We have people that they would even like to partner you, pay or invest in your business. So you channel your energy, you research more. On America there, this is what you want to do. You have to spend much time, much energy. So all these big entrepreneurs that we see now, and was Rihanna, they were always investing
Yeah.
So invest in whatever you are doing. Investment doesn't
consistent
mean
as well.
You should be consistent. You should invest. You should research more. Day na per day. You research. Okay. And since I'm a pandemic scare, miss them mania. About to my whole bank and your bank are focus. Oh, you have more day. Oh, about to my way and for okay, we can raise this amount of money for you. So that's what you do.
There's a friend of mine who did that. I remember I even supported.
So you have to do more research. I hear what doing there, a day entrepreneur, and a day a boy while we man. Zincomo, what painful can say, what's it say? Anton, we are about in your
Sure.
So this is what you do. You are supposed to talk to people, and mostly to what I advise people is you have to take mentors.
Okay.
You can mentors are why it's there. Marry a piano, obia a
bida. So
try na benino, swia, a benino. You serve. One thing about our youth nowadays is you are not ready to serve. You have to be humble. And I mean, well, mentors, bro, attack. I move with more big people. If I mention their name, they are all business people. I go, I serve them. They tell you more. They show me the way. Until young obi one show corner, still know you are there. A bizarre question there. People do shoes. But why is mine up there?
Yeah.
I've gotten the opportunity to do documentary with DWTV, CNN, BBC, and all these international media that people would love to do their documentaries with them. So the question is, how did I get there? It's through networking. It's through mentorship.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's something to be frank. Some of the things I have heard, I believe you're also enjoying. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, share so that obi bia opede also oye bibi. No, like if you want to become an entrepreneur, some of the things you have heard on this podcast, you learn something out of it and also start something for yourself. Peter,
yes, sir.
How many years has Koliko been in operation?
I think this is our 7th year since we started.
Wow.
So this until I started somewhere 2017 and officially I registered in 2018. So yeah, we're in 7th year.
Okay, so it means you can start the business and then register it.
Oh later. Yeah, mostly in the Ejuman. So I'm there. Although the good there ever register, but at times no, a bit too much starting it in your miracle. Then you go and register because a co-register they can ask you so many questions, and you are supposed to provide the answers. No workshop. Until you go around because are there and papa. Until I mean mostly I advise there give yourself like 6 months.
Okay.
That's the advice most I give to people. And start on my own by 6 months. 6 months no. Only a while the your friend Brony can prototype.
Yeah.
Inside that you know what's it testing?
Test the market.
Until out there test the market, you know, then you would form a solid idea. Then a solid idea that okay, fine, I know this is what I want to go into. It's on Echo Registry General one. You know the questions are what baby so you know the reply. Until you can give yourself like 6 months. Then you register your business. You think about the licensing. Then you are good to go.
So where do you see Koliko in the next 20 years? You're already in 7, so 13 years from now.
So I say when our jargon is Koliko to the world.
Yeah,
so
to the world.
I think the next 10 years or 20 years, we want Koliko to be a footwear household name, a sustainable footwear household name in the whole Africa. Our main target is the whole Africa, and we have started partnering and networking with other African countries. So I think in the next 10-20 years, what will Koliko and Nike and the Adidas and all these big brands that you know.
Getting a nice education in the and I want you to share some kind of wisdom with young creators. But before we do that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. One like video, no one share. Bigidi there, you share wahade, you know. You see the baby from Peter from Koliko Footwear. Share Jumedia already. Share review on Share knowledge. I already check mobi biara nyebi. Mesra there. Yen share them knowledge, no BBR, for everybody to get inspired, educated, and enlightened. Okay, Peter, so what can the government do to support young entrepreneurs such as yourself? I know there are lots of them out there. I have a friend, a childhood friend, who also does a lot of things in Accra. I'm trying to get him on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
He also does something for himself. How can the government support such a venture? Because being a young entrepreneur is not easy.
Okay. So I think that what I would say is the governments can support startups by, I wouldn't necessarily say they should give them money, but we all know that government is the highest spender. Government is the highest spender. So what do? What the governments can do, one, is the governments can assist or give contracts to young startups. Okay. So let's say this person is a dressmaker.
Yeah.
So governments can contract or help contract, give some contract. You know, the police and the military, the security personnel,
yes.
their uniform, you can give it to such people to sew. And at the end, it's going to generate revenue for them to expand their businesses.
Yes.
It's only a one. Yeah. So governments partnering with startups or young businesses to provide them with these business opportunities. And also, I know the government, they have other intervention like NEIP, the YEA, and all these things. Yeah. So as an entrepreneur, as a startup, you can take advantage of these government policies or initiatives and see what you can benefit from those places.
And these military men, I hear Koliko now produces their boots.
Okay, we don't have the full contract, but we sell shoes to all the security.
But agents. I think I saw one of your shoes.
We sell to them.
So government can also give you such a
that's
contract.
what I'm saying. So the government, since the government is the highest spender in the country, he can give a contract like that to us. But for now, we are just doing
I'm pleading for
in-person sales to them. Yeah.
Okay. I think I saw it on Facebook some time ago.
So we do the naval boots, we do the air blue. The air blue is the mirror. Yeah. The mirror shoes for all the security personnel and other their long desert and their desert boots and all this. So we are doing all these things.
How can financial institutions also help out?
So one thing with financial institutions, they are businesses. So mostly if they would help you, unless you become their customer, because I've been a banker before, they don't just get up.
We all have bank accounts, so we are all customers.
So I'm coming. They don't just get up helping people, because it's the money is there. The deposits are people's money.
Yes.
That they are supposed to make.
Yes.
Work with it,
make profits, and then share.
And pay. Yeah. You get it. Yeah. So with financial institutions, they can't really come in. To me, I say that they can't really come in unless maybe they try to design some attractive products for entrepreneurs. But until then, what can you do? So if I would answer your question correctly, I think the financial institutions are supposed to think about startups and entrepreneurs, that's the young ones, and design attractive products that would favor them. For example, you start a business and you want to go and contract loan, they need collateral. How many startups have those collateral that they can go and upscale a loan? So they can, if I say attractive product, they can try to make, I think in my bank we're doing, but I don't want to advertise for any bank.
No, don't mention anybody's.
I don't want to advertise for any bank.
Sure.
But the bank can collaborate with startups and design maybe financial packages that would be a win-win for both the bank and the startup or the entrepreneurs.
That's really a great opportunity. Okay, so as we bring our conversation to an end, what advice, I would say words of wisdom for young creators or young person who has completed school, work related stuff, work issues here in Ghana is difficult. Getting a job is one hell of a problem. How to come up with something like that? What kind of message will you leave with them?
So I would talk about service to the young entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs out there. First thing, you should be ready to serve. If you are not ready to serve, nobody would also serve you. Two, you are supposed to be consistent with whatever you are doing. If you are not consistent and you behave like jack of all trades, you might not achieve your goal. Third one, or the final one, is as a young startup, you are supposed to be innovative. Consider your environment, the environment or your community that you live in. There are a whole lot of opportunities there that you are not seeing, and you should know it's until you solve a problem that you would make the money. So if you are not ready to identify any problem, if you are not ready to solve any problem within your community, you are not going to make any money. So just don't think wide. Consider your immediate environment. There are a whole lot of opportunities out there for you. Try and exploit. Bring friends together. Use your friends and build a formidable or a sustainable business, so that at the end, Ghana and Africa will be a better place for you and I. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, for this great message today. We've all been enlightened today. So from whatever he has said from the beginning of the podcast till now, we've learned just about 3 things: courage, commitment, consistency. Let's gather enough courage and be consistent with whatever we do, so that each time we would see ourselves rising higher up the pedestal. We should identify problems. We should identify problems and try to find solutions to it. Them are Koliko Footwear, Peter, other Brian. Continue to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to listen to your calls.